Alright, here we go. I don't know why I smacked my lips like that. But, here we go. We're at the monastery, and this is when things kind of go wherever. While exploring the monastery, use the R, or use the right stick to move the camera. Plus and minus, or the pause and the select, to zoom in and zoom out. A weird choice, but okay. Hold down the B or Y button to dash. If you are ever unsure what to do next, look to the left. That little banner over there, that is your quest. Doesn't mean you can immediately tell what's on it, because sometimes you can't tell. But it tells you what you can do, or at least what to do importantly. Like now. These little red boxes above the units is pretty much, hey, I got something to say. Talk to me. A lot of units are going to have that, especially if you see like a little bubble up there on the mini-map. That means you can talk to them. Whether or not I talk to everybody, it depends. If I ever decide to play Xenoblade Chronicles X, I am going to dread that highly if I ever play that game on stream. If I ever decide to record that though, I'm cutting that out. Like, I'll still record it, but I'm cutting the majority of that stuff out. Anyway, back to the game. I'm not sure if I'll cut this stuff out or if I'll just ignore it. I'll probably keep it in though, because there's some interesting information.
I assume you are already aware that you will be teaching here at the Officers Academy, correct? To start, please speak with the 3 house leaders. You should also take a look around the academy and acquaint yourself with your new home. That is your first task here at the monastery. Please let me know if you accept it. Once you have finished, come and speak with me. May I ask a favor of you?
You should speak with every student you can. This might be your only chance to see what they really like before you become a professor. Speak to the 3 house leaders and gather information about the students in each house. The students can be found in the reception hall on the 1st floor and throughout the Officers Academy. Yes. In place of that, I get an iron sword for free, and I get a vulnerary. Nice. Okay. And I get 500 money. Not bad. I don't know why you would decline, but I'm guessing that's just a cancel. Alright. Quests are tasks given to you by people around the monastery. Those who can give or are involved with the quests will have icons by them. Okay. Consult the quest menu to see the quests you have accepted. The icons beside each quest indicate their status. Icons for essential quests are red. Oh, okay, so they're essential or required or needed or pretty much important. First thing that just came to mind. I'ma check this out. X. Inventory. Items. Dang it. Okay, I can't do it. I thought I could. Can't do it. So we're not gonna deal with that.
Ha! I imagine you were a bit surprised that I recommended you as a professor here. Frankly, we had someone else in mind for the role, but they ran off during our dust-up with the bandits.
Well, I guess he's not up to stuff. Or is it up to snuff? I don't know what the phrase is, to be honest. I know it's something. I don't like the term snuff, though. Not a fan. Not a fan. You already said that.
Can't entrust students to someone who's abandoned them once before, huh?
I nearly died for that XP, but sure.
You saved the lives of the students you came across. That, at least, was admirable. Now, you should make the rounds. Go around the monastery and see that you greet everyone.
Wonder what I find a little hilarious about that situation. If you're at full HP and you hit the guy, you theoretically wouldn't die. You just take 13 damage, I think it was. in my sense, I would have actually died, and that would have actually been legit. I would have legitly died, regardless if my back was turned or not. So, yeah. I don't get it, but you know what? I'll take it. This is just talking about the minimap. You see it right there. It's big, it's bold, it's circle and round. You can also expand the minimap by hitting the ZR, which is just the trigger button. You can make it zoom out more, which is actually, this is a better zoom out, but with all them bubbles, it's a little hard. And this just allows you to see the entire map that you're on, which is actually pretty nice. It takes up like a good third of the screen, but you know, you can live with it. Also, there's a cat on the screen. Can't pet it, but you know, you do with what you want. You got your, let's see here. You got your rando units here. They're kind of here and there. Nothing really too fancy about it. But I like the uniqueness of it. Like, they have their own little face. They got their own hair. They got their own style, so to speak of. I like it. The Sonic Sorthea is in my class. Wait. No, okay. Mercedes seems a bit eccentric. And is that a tattoo on Petra's face? Everyone has at least something to say, and it's interesting. Can I read all that? Yes. Do I want to read all of it? No. But it's nice that every NPC kind of has something to say. Also, this is a reception hall. I would call this a cafeteria, but it's probably just something equivalent to like a hallway in a high school or something like that. Not really fancy, but you know. Lorenz is a true noble. Ash is the best, totally unpretentious. Linhart always seems laid back. Yeah, that's about right.
So, you've accepted a teaching position here. Pity. I was hoping you would lend your strength to the Empire. I never properly introduced myself, did I? My name is Edelgard von Hresbalg. I am the princess and heir apparent of the Adrestian Empire. I wonder if you'll be tasked with leading the Black Eagles. I hope you've had a chance to meet everyone. Would you like to know more about any of the Black Eagles?
Now, on a personal level, I would skip this. Because I've already played with the Black Eagles, I already know what to expect from them. And this is just more run time that you don't really need to be a part of. You don't really have to listen to it. But for the sake of, you know, replay back, and you want to watch it if it's still on here or so, I'm going to go through it so that way you can be aware of it and such like that. Nothing wrong with it, really. It gets you, you know, accustomed to the units or the students. And that's nothing really bad about that. At least from Edelgard's perspective. But we'll go from top to bottom. And because I have played with them, I will but I'll tell you my favorite and my not really least favorite. They're all pretty nice and good. But my turn, like the ones I prefer and the ones I don't. Kind of like that.
Me? Well, some think I'm a bit distant, arrogant even, but there's little to be done. One day I must rise to become Adrestia's next emperor. What else? Well, it seems to me that we may have similar personalities.
Edelgard, pretty good. Really strong. Oh, I forgot I did that. Well, didn't mean to hit that button, but I meant to go through her stuff. Edelgard's personal ability is really good, paired with the teacher's ability, which is really good. Which, if you're not careful, she can steamroll an entire map alone. And that has happened. And it's scary, because no one else is getting anything, but she's strong. Really strong.
Hubert is the heir of Marquis Vestra. He has served me since I was a child. You may think his blood runs a bit cold, but actually that's rather accurate. Still, if you can get past that, you'll see he's quite astute and reasonable.
He's a good kid. I ain't gonna lie. He's basically as emo as you can get. That's about it. as far as he goes though, he's a bit of a he's a bit of a glass cannon when it comes to physical strength, but you don't want to put him in physical. But I've done it. You can't tell me not to. He's a strong spearman. He hurts a lot. Other than that though, +5 might on gamuts is really good if you can hit with it.
For some reason, he thinks of me as a bitter rival and is always trying to challenge me. It's terribly irritating. His house is that of Duke Ire, which produces Adrestia's prime ministers. That family is, perhaps, too pleased with its own status.
He's a really good unit. I'm not gonna lie. First playthrough, wasn't really doing too good, but he was able to at least do some damage. He's got a good ability where he may not be touched. And because of that, he was really good at not getting hit as long as he was at full HP. But once he lost that, it kind of hurt a bit. But again, cannot deny it. He is really good.
He's remarkably intelligent, but he only wishes to apply himself to tasks that particularly interest him, and nothing else. He's also fond of, well, napping. If he had any work ethic or sense of duty to speak of, I suppose he would be destined to become an official of the Empire.
He's really good at keeping himself up and sturdy. Both paths I gave him were a bit of a struggle, but you know what? I made him work. Again, I'm still thinking about a process that may or may not work out in my endeavors, but I'm willing to try it out. If it works the way I think it does. But I gotta give it some time. It's gonna be a bit of a struggle. I'll fill you in when I get there, though. Other than that, he's really good. Axe-wise, not really much of an axe man. But he does have some physical prowess about him when you get him rolling. Other than that, he is a bit tankier than Hubert. So I'll take that better than anything.
He's the second son of Count Burgles. He has no inheritance in his future, which is perhaps why he's always so eager to prove himself. He's overly energetic and rushes headfirst into any battle. If he ends up in your care, be sure to keep a close eye on him.
Casper is a bit of a toss-up for me. He's not bad, he's not good, but it really depends on what he gets. My first run, he didn't really have a lot of defense, so if he was in the heat of battle, he would take a lot of hits, and he would be hurt a lot. My second playthrough, he got to a point where he didn't take any damage. He was at the front and took no damage, and he didn't even have an item to give him any more protection. So again, it's just a real toss-up depending on how it goes for it. Other than that, really great. With that personal, nothing could stop. Nothing was preventing him from at least touching someone, and that's really good.
She's Count Varley's only daughter. I suppose you could say she's a bit eccentric, but she seems like a gentle soul. I believe she shut herself away in her quarters and doesn't care to leave, but don't worry, I'll make sure she finds her way to class.
That's nice of you, Edelgard. Okay, Bernadetta is a bit of a confusing mess to me. She's really good. As an archer, she is phenomenal. Granted, I've only used her for curve shot, so she's literally just curve shot. She's not really an archer, she's just curve shot. But that doesn't deny the fact that she's able to get the job done. Now, given the fact that she is on the weak side, you gotta make sure she's in the back. But I did try to make her a horse unit, a cavalry unit, and my first playthrough was a running muck, and she didn't exactly make it. Second playthrough, though, she did. So she did hit the cavalry status. Took a bit, but I was able to make it work. You're gonna have to deny some of their actions, though, so sorry. But in the end, she is a really good unit. Just give her some time and effort, and they'll grow into it. My second playthrough, though, I had to take into account of something big and major. Other than that, she's really good. As far as her personal skill, really nice. +5 attack when not at full HP, really nice. But that's a real big step, man. That's a real big step up. We're gonna move on along though. Move right along. Really good unit though. Really good character. Really love her character actually. Really funny. About on par as Hubert.
Few commoners have joined the Black Eagle House, but Dorothea is an exception. She's a songstress from a famous opera company in the Empire. I'm not entirely sure what brought her to the Officers' Academy.
Dorothea is a bit of a string for me. I don't have anything wrong with against her, but first play, I'm gonna go through first and second because I'm gonna say this a lot for this first half. First playthrough with Dorothea, not easy. She was very hard to try and like get used to, only because I didn't actually manage XP properly. Second playthrough though, she was a nuke. Granted, she didn't have a lot of lightning to use, she was still fairly strong. When she actually got into, I believe, the monk status, she was dishing damage, and it was scary. So I'm actually going to go ahead and say that she's really good. Keep her in the magic role. I did force her into faith, though, for the sake of using magic. But at the same time, she was a bit of a rough. But she didn't have a hard time with it, so I took time with that. Other than that, her songstress ability really comes in clutch. A really good group healer, and that's all she needs. That's all she ever really needs. And I guess that's the benefit, really, too. If you don't really want her to be good in faith, but you need a on-the-par heal that doesn't heal for a lot, stick her around some people. She'll do a good job.
To the west of Fodlan is an archipelago called Brigid. Petra is the granddaughter of their king. Brigid is a vassal state of the Empire, which is how she came to be enrolled here. She's incredibly smart and studious.
Alright. And, of course, lastly is Petra. Petra's pretty good. I know that I kind of used her in the first two as a speed character, because she is speedy. But she's also really good in other remarks. In my first playthrough, she was a fist and sword user. Only because I wanted to see what you can do if you decide to give a female unit fists or gauntlets. And not really much of a difference, really. Even though you don't have a gauntlet class, you can still give them gauntlets and they can still perform fairly well if you give them the chance. Which I really did enjoy that. Of course, you don't want to give them gauntlet goals for the sake of, well, gauntlets, because there's no class for the females with gauntlets. But that doesn't mean that doesn't deter you away from, not using those weapons. They're still good. You're just gonna have to teach them on your own time, though. So, if you really think that your mage will benefit from using gauntlets at one point, give them the gauntlets. If you want to. On a personal level, I won't do that, because if there's no reason for it, don't do it. Why I gave it for Petra, though? I just wanted to see fists and swords. And it worked out. Bad choice of weaponry on the first time, though. Second playthrough was spears and swords. And that proved a whole lot better. Simply because I knew what I was doing that time. And that is everything for this. After that, I have nothing more to say. Yeah. Gatekeeper. You must be new. I'm not a student. Gatekeeper. This man is a true legend. I don't have much to say about the Gatekeeper, but here he is.
you must be the new professor. What a pleasure. As for me, my job is to stand here at this glorious entrance and leisurely watch over the comings and goings of everyone. Make folks smile, you know? And by that, I mean to vigilantly guard this entrance with my very life. No levity whatsoever. As of now, nothing to report.
I will be solemnly sad if something happens to this gatekeeper. He is the best. I want nothing to harm this child. Other than that, you can't go past here. Fair enough. I won't do so.
Yes.
Again, I'm not gonna read all of those because that's a lot of time spent from that. But I will take into account that this is going to do homeroom. I will take into account though that by doing all of that, it would be a bit of an issue. Also, I didn't even realize that Claude was right there. I believe I went the other way before, didn't I? There are two ways to go about it? Yes, there is. Okay, so I just went from the down up. Okay, fair enough.
The Golden Deer House is for students of the Leicester Alliance. Our house leader is heir to the Alliance's leadership, House Regan. We have plenty of other prominent nobles as well.
I really like the fact that all these randos do have their own portraits. It's really nice. Here is everybody. Here is everybody. We're going to start from this way and another.
Are you someone's guest? The dining hall's that way, if that's what you're looking for.
No, Raphael. That's Captain Gerald's kid. Hi, I'm Leonie Pinelli, Captain Gerald's first and greatest apprentice. I'm sure he's told you about me.
Nice to meet you. I'm Raphael Kirsten. Who are you?
Well, as much as he doesn't know me, I didn't let him finish, and that's honestly a fair way to go about it.
So you're the skilled mercenary who saved Claude, are you?
Oh, you are? It's such an honor to meet you. Ignatz Victor. My parents are Alliance merchants.
And I am Lysithia von Ordelia. Please do not forget it.
It's like this.
The Scythia, right? That's a hard name. I'm not gonna have an easy time.
Hey, are you that mercenary? Everyone's been talking about you. I'm Hilda Valentine Goneril, and her name is...
Marianne von Edmund.
Are you joining the Knights of Saros or something? Well, I look forward to seeing more of you.
Leonie is so friendly. That's the noble lady Hilda, isn't it? Okay, that's about right, yeah. And I believe the only person I haven't talked to is the Glock Master himself, Mr. Guacamole.
Ah, you must be the renowned mercenary who rescued Claude. Honestly, you should not have troubled yourself over the likes of him. My name is Lawrence Hellman Gloucester. You will want to remember it.
I know you all too well, and because of it, I can't help but just laugh. My favorite one is still Lawrence von Gloucester. Just because.
Well, scored a teaching gig here, did you? Talk about a great first impression. I guess that means I'd better introduce myself properly. I'm Claude von Regan. I'm from the ruling house of the Leicester Alliance, but don't worry too much about all that madness. I'm guessing you don't know which class you'll be teaching yet, do you? I bet you'd like ours. We're not as difficult as the other two. Have you met the folks from the Golden Deer House yet? Care to know more about anyone?
Again, I don't really have anything to say about these characters. Not as much in detail as the other, because I did play them up to Chapter 5. With the knowledge I got from Chapter 5, or up to that point, I am going to be using those techniques up to this. So that is going to be the case. As far as I can say though, I cannot provide any information on these characters. I haven't used them and I didn't recruit any of them. So these are going to be blind.
Piqued your interest, have I? As luck would have it, I'm pretty curious about you as well. But what's life without a bit of mystery? Let's just spend the next year or so learning about each other little by little.
Alright. Again, I don't have anything to say about it. we're gonna go into this one blind, if anyone is here at the time. But I'm gonna treat this fairly new, because it is.
He's the heir of Gloucester territory. If you haven't already picked up on it, he's a bit arrogant and fancies himself a ladies' man. That said, deep down he's really devoted and honest. Though I wouldn't mind never hearing him talk about his noble obligations ever again. He comes from a merchant family, but his parents died in an accident. Seems like he's had a rough life. Despite all that, he's just about the most cheerful guy you'll ever meet. His passions are training, eating, and actually that's about it. He's the second son of a merchant family. Since his brother will inherit the business, he's training to become a knight. If you ask me, it doesn't seem like he truly wants to be a knight. He's probably just doing it to please his parents. Lysithea is the daughter of Count Ordelia, and is probably the youngest student here. But watch out, she gets angry if you treat her like a child. As for me, I do it on purpose. You have to make your own fun in this place, you know? Marianne is Margrave Edmund's daughter, and that's pretty much all I know about her. She doesn't interact much with other students, so I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of folks here have never even heard her speak. Hilda is the only daughter of Duke Goneril. It seems her father and brother coddle her quite a bit. If you look up lazy in the dictionary, her picture won't be there because she never got around to submitting it. Not too unusual for a noble, I guess.
Wow. Jeez. Not a fan of these type of characters, but I can honestly say one thing. Your strength is in axes? I wouldn't expect you to have a strength in axes, no less anything. Okay. But I'll see what I can work with you here. I don't have any plans, though. But I'll see what I can do.
Leonie enrolled because she wants to be a mercenary. I think she said that her father is a hunter. She's pretty blunt and as stingy as they come. A habitual saver, too. I think she's hoping to repay her village for helping to send her here.
Alright, I think I got a plan. I don't have a lot of plans, though. Alright, that's all of you.
That's so.
I didn't read that one, but you can read that one if you go backwards, I guess. We're gonna go in here.
This classroom belongs to the Blue Lion House. Our house leader is Prince Dimitri.
I like her design.
All of us here hail from the Holy Kingdom of Fargus.
Again, I would be surprised if we're able to, like, recruit randos. That was a thing for, like, one game, and then it kind of disappeared in two different games. One, I don't know. I can't really answer it. Not really so much randos, but in the Fates games, you were able to recruit editors or edhires, and I really abused the heck out of that, using the buy money. Like, you can buy them using renounce and stuff and like that. You can use sort of like a trick where you can maximize their growth by using skill enhancing items, and then just kind of like not doing anything with it, but just updating their profile because their growths were really bad. But I really enjoyed it because I actually was able to make a diverse mage, a diverse maid, where one was excellent in physical and one was excellent in magic. And then I caught soldiers in my, I think it was Birthright playthrough, and made 3 soldiers. One of them was luck and skill based, so he had high crit, but I gave him glasses. And then the other one was speed and strength. Not speed and strength. Res and defense based. Not a lot of strength, but he was a very defensive kid. And then the other one was just called the Captain, who was just basically a mixture of both, but just higher strength. Or a mixture of all stats, but just higher strength. And I just gave him a pink beret. The other guy just gave him, I think, a helmet. I gave him something. I forget what I gave him, but I gave him something. But the Captain, he just had a pink beret and some sunglasses, and he just went into town. And I really liked using him. The only thing that separated him the most was that I did have to play the Vagabond, which was the Ike DLC. And I made him the Vagabond, and he was really good. I liked it because he was that good. Can't deny the fact that he didn't do that bad either. Other than that, let's get back with the game.
Hey there. Are you the mercenary who saved His Highness? It's an honor to meet you. I'm Sylvain Jose Gautier. Feel free to say hi whenever you like.
Fudge. If I had the Birthright file, I'd love to play it again and actually see what their names were. Because I do believe I gave them names. Oh no, I used their names. I didn't give them any names. I really miss them. I miss them real much.
Hi there. You must be the one everyone's talking about. I'm Ash. Great to meet you. This here is Dedu. He serves Prince Dimitri.
I have heard that you rescued His Highness. Words cannot express my gratitude. Should you ever require my strength, please know that I will hasten to repay this debt.
It's a bit of an animation thing for me, but the movement of legs sometimes do move a bit and slide, but I can't fault that too much.
And who's this? You don't look familiar at all. Oh, Mercy! Do you think this is that mercenary people have been talking about? Now that I think about it, that does sound like something Dimitri may have said. I suppose you'll be enrolling at the Officers Academy too, then? Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Mercedes, and this is my best...
I'm Annette. It's nice to meet you.
Again, like I said, if I see a line, I'm gonna cut them off. But at a certain point in the sentence, not just like at the end. It doesn't make sense.
I have heard all about what you did from Prince Dimitri. As a citizen of Fargus, I thank you.
He also said you're quite skilled. And he doesn't just say things like that. I look forward to sparring with you and beating you.
Felix, must you always speak of fighting right away? Oh, and, you may call me Ingrid. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Alright. Nice to meet you, Ingrid.
Okay.
And the last person, I believe, is Dimitri.
Hello. Please accept my apologies for the other day. You came to our aid, yet I hadn't even the courtesy to properly introduce myself. I am Dimitri Alexandra Blathid, Crown Prince of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Of course, at the Academy, I am simply a student. And I've heard word that you are to become a professor here. Delightful news. I still have much to learn, but I'm confident I could benefit greatly from your guidance. In any case, welcome to the monastery. I hear you're investigating the different houses here. Did any of the Blue Lions catch your attention?
Again, same thing.
Me? Oh, please forgive me. It's difficult to open up on the spot, don't you think? I'm afraid my story has not been a pleasant one. I do hope that doesn't color your view of me, but I understand if that can't be helped.
Poor guy.
Dedu was born in Dusker, and has been loyally working in my service for the past 4 years. He's rather taciturn, but once you get to know him, you'll see he's a kind and good-natured young man. Felix is the heir to House Fraldarius. He has a bit of a sharp tongue, but don't let that fool you. Deep down, he's a good guy. He gravitates toward people who are skilled. Perhaps you would enjoy a friendly competition with him sometime. He's the adoptive son of Lord Lonato of Castle Gaspar.
but I hear he was born a commoner. He has an extremely earnest personality, so I'm certain he will approach your lectures with great enthusiasm. Sylvain is the heir to House Gautier. He is a capable person who highly values his friends. Well, he's always been a bit of a skirt chaser, so to speak. Pardon my bluntness. I speak with him about it often, but it doesn't seem to help.
I like that bit of just like, he's a bit of a skirt chaser. I like that. It adds a lot to a character when they actually have to kind of do that, as opposed to sometimes just saying it. But I like how it was. Delivery is really what's important. That's what's really the thing here. Oh, hey, Obama.
I hear she was born to imperial nobility, but a twist of fate brought her to the kingdom. She may seem carefree on the surface, but she's actually a kind soul who pays careful attention to everyone around her. Annette is Baron Dominic's niece. She is a talented student who scored extremely high marks at the Royal School of Sorcery. She's cheerful and hardworking. Brilliant, really. Though she can be a bit oblivious at times. I hear she caused an explosion in the kitchen last night.
Oh. Oh, you can't cook. Oh, dear.
Ingrid is Count Galatia's daughter. She is also a childhood friend of Felix, Sylvain, and myself. She is diligent, industrious, and principled. In truth, she is more knightly than most knights you will ever meet.
I appreciate your effort.
I did it. I got free stuff. Heck yeah. I have really nothing here to do if I do happen to do that. I can meet with the students. Right? Did I already talk to them? Yeah, I already talked to them. Yeah, I don't have anything. Yeah, let's just go back. Let's go back. I already talked to the students. Don't need to worry about any of the other stuff.
How are you enjoying your time at the Academy thus far? I hope you have found our halls brimming with the vitality of well-intentioned souls.
I suppose it is time for you to take charge of one of our 3 houses of students. I must note that I am personally against entrusting someone as lacking in trackable history as yourself with such a task. But it is as the Archbishop desires.
I gotta keep my hand away from the button.
The Black Eagles, the Blue Lions, and the Golden Deer. All so different. I hope you've made it a point to get to know each of them.
Since you are new here, we have decided to allow you first pick. Manuela and I will take charge of the remaining 2 houses.
I already, again, I'm gonna miss this guy. I'm gonna miss these guys. I'm gonna miss them a lot. I had a lot of fun, and they were really nice. I loved all of them. Hubert was a bit of a toss, but his personality is great. Casper was a big issue in the gang, but he's really good. He's really good. I'm gonna miss them all. Going to the Deers.
So you have chosen the Golden Deer led by Claude, correct?
Yes.
Your heart has made its choice then. All I ask is that you guide these open minds with virtue, care, and sincerity.
They are all promising youths who bear the weight of Fodlan's future upon their shoulders. I hope you appreciate what an honor it is to lead them.
Brother? Oh, I am so sincerely sorry. I did not mean to interrupt.
Now, my thing is, and I'm pretty sure this is not in the game, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was a secret in the game. Because there's a possibility that you could. I don't know if it's possible, and it would kind of be stupid if you did in the first part. But what if you could get all the students, like, first day, and just take over the entire education? Just all the students. I would be a little interested to see if you could, if that was an option if you beat the game. But my other option is, what color would you get on the top and bottom? It kind of occurred to me off of the first playthrough is like, if you watch some of the if you watch some of the trailers and some of the cutscenes, you see top and bottom in certain colors, whether it's green, whether it's blue, whether it's yellow, blue, or red. Especially when I was playing it, the top was red, but some of the cutscenes you were watching were in red. And regardless of what cutscene it was that cutscene in that color. And that's kind of what I was thinking about. So now that this is yellow, it only proves it to be true. So now, what would happen if you happen to have more colors? I don't know what it would actually entail, but that'd be interesting.
I'm in the middle of something, Flame. Is it urgent?
No, it's nothing. More importantly, who is this?
This is our newest professor at the Academy.
Oh my! A new addition to the Officers Academy! I am so very pleased to meet you, Professor. I am Sedith's little sister, Flame. I am so happy to make your acquaintance.
Let us focus on the topic at hand. There is something you should be aware of. In a few days' time, there will be a mock battle between the three houses, intended to gauge the current progress of the students. We will be using this battle as an opportunity to ascertain your own abilities as well. Please do not disappoint the Archbishop. That is all.
What? Are you really our new homeroom professor?
Is that true? You aren't quite what I had pictured. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean that the way it sounded.
I was sure you'd be roped into joining the Knights.
Don't tell me. You chose this class just to get to know me better, right? I'm flattered, really. Whoops. Now that you're our professor, maybe I should choose my words more carefully.
You darn right, Claude. You're gonna catch my bad side and I'll have to sit you in the corner with weapons you don't use.
Oh, well then, since we're pretty close in age and all, I suppose formalities aren't all that necessary.
One must truly marvel at the exceptionality of this appointment. Becoming a teacher to students almost the same age as yourself. How unusual. I've heard you are a skilled mercenary, but I cannot shake my discomfort at your new position.
Are you really as strong as they say? Let's see your biceps. I bet I packed on more muscle than you.
I mean, you got me beat.
I doubt that. Apparently our new professor was personally recommended by Alois, one of the Knights.
As far as skill goes, I saw it with my own eyes. What's more, Teach here is the child of the most renowned former captain of the Knights of Saros.
I heard. There's no way a child of the captain isn't worthy. It's simply not possible. The captain? Who are you talking about? Captain Geralt, of course. The most notable captain of the Knights of Saros and a peerless mercenary.
He's not that well known. These are bad! These are bad! Again, now I'm in unknown territory. I have no idea what's happening from here. He's not that well known. I'm gonna say you're exaggerating a bit.
Huh. It doesn't matter what you think of him. Captain Geralt deserves nothing but respect.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's a stern face right there.
Well, after working as a mercenary alongside a father figure such as he, I have high hopes for our professor.
Just because someone is special doesn't mean their children are special too, Lysithia.
Hilda!
Assuming that a child is going to be exceptional just because of their lineage is a bad idea.
Hilda!
Don't you agree, Marianne? Huh? Oh, yes. I suppose so.
Oh, poor
Well,
Marianne.
we can find out for ourselves in battle. I can't wait to see what tactics you've learned from the captain.
A battle? Shouldn't we have a welcome party or something first? I'll get the meat.
How savage. I propose a nice conversation over tea instead. I am more than willing to procure some high-quality leaves.
Tea? You can't get to know someone over tea. There's no meat involved. It's not a party.
Raphael!
Your sensibilities are grating to my noble ears. Please quiet yourself.
Sorry for the bickering, Teach. As you can see, the Golden Deer House is a rowdy bunch. We're not especially unified. You'll find nobles and commoners alike here. Those who are dedicated to their studies alongside slackers. But hey, that just makes your life more exciting, right? I really hope you're looking forward to the year ahead as much as I am.
Oh, that was a different ending cutscene than before. If your weapon or magic are particularly effective against the unit. Oh yeah, effectiveness. That's pretty straightforward. Pretty much if you got like a heavy armored unit and you have a weapon that deals damage to a heavy armored unit, like you see right there, you just do bonus damage. It's free. You don't even gotta worry. I mean, that's kind of straightforward if you played these games before, but if you don't, you know, there you go. Calendar system. It's fast, and it's quite easy, actually. You think it might be a little bit, you know, scary. But it ain't like Persona, where you got each individual day to do 2 things or something like that. No, you just do all your stuff at the end of the week, and if you have something on Monday, then you do that on Monday. Also, money. You're going to be hurting for money for the first few days.
Say, while you're here, I'd like to use this device I designed to determine whether the power of a crest resides within you. Won't hurt a bit. Promise. You don't know about crests? Well, allow me to tell you everything, absolutely everything about them. Is your calendar clear? This will take a while. Crests are a fascinating topic, but before one can dive deeply into said topic, one must first understand what crests are. They are power incarnate. They are said to have been bestowed upon humans by the goddess countless ages ago. They exist within the flesh and are passed down through bloodlines. Those who carry crests may excel at magic, display exceptional strength, or any number of boons. Each crest has its own power, the nature of which is beyond mortal understanding. For now. I suspect as much, yes. But we won't know for sure unless I look into the matter. As I said, crests are passed down through the blood. However, just because someone carries a crest does not necessarily mean their descendants will inherit it as well. Only a scarce few descendants of a crest's bloodline end up inheriting that crest's power. Perhaps one of your ancestors bore a crest, and you just happen to inherit it. That is how a crest usually presents itself, after all. Yes, of course. I'll get to the bottom of it straight away. Now then, please go ahead and hold out your arm over this device here. What is this?
Nice.
A pattern I've never seen before. Is it possible an as yet undiscovered crest has been detected? To think there are still crests out there that even I am unaware of. How thrilling!
These lines real quick. Letting some light. There we go.
Pardon my unrestrained jubilation. I have much to consider. You may leave now. I have more research to do in regard to this crest. Yes, so very much more research. But for now, your work here is done. What could this line here be indicating? Perhaps it represents a lack of symmetry. Or perhaps... What in the world? Oh, I see. It may be connected to that, but to a greater degree than usual.
Also, when it comes to the ellipses and some of the words, I find those to be locations where you can just cut them off right there, so long as you space it properly. You can still listen to the rest of the words, but you can cut them off at any time you want during those ellipses.
It notes the days on which events and missions will take place that month. Pay careful attention to your schedule, so that you may thoughtfully plan what you intend to do each month, and when.
Pretty much the monastery features different events that take place on the days. If it has a lot of things going on that day, then you can do a lot of things because of the bonuses there. Pay close attention because those bonuses do actually help out in some of the situations you do. Pretty much you can select the calendar by going to it and I believe pushing X to see what's going on those days. For instance, there's not really much we can do here. We can see that this is the Adressian Empire's founding day. This is Hubert's birthday, which we weren't there for. Sorry, Hubert. This was our rescue at dawn, so this was a mission we did. This is... I believe these are quests or actions that we're going to be doing. And it's our first day off. And then I believe this is Ferdinand's birthday. I don't have Ferdinand anymore, so I will not be celebrating his birthday. Sorry, Ferdinand. But also, this is our house rivalry battle. As far as I can say, though, options. First thing I'm going to do, which I forgot, but rotation speed, fast. Minimap rotation. It hasn't bothered me all that much. Minimap size, medium. Oh wait, we're on that's the battle section. Okay, so cursor movement, grid. Cursor movement when zoomed in, smooth. Restricted camera. The camera will move freely, that's the plan. Kind of wish when rotating the camera it was smooth, but I can't really say too much about that. Grid is off. HP on. I can turn them off. I don't know why you do that sometimes. Automatic cursor, smart end, and all that other stuff is great. Difficulty, leave it at hard. And we're going to go ahead and leave that alone. Monastery, yes. Auto rotate speed, yes. Minimap rotation, leave that alone. And general, this is where things kind of go into play. I want to keep the voice at the max, the system at low, the sound effects moderately low, and music low. So that way you can still hear what they're saying. The sound effects are there, but they're not really loud. And the music, because it's Xenoblade Chronicles X, keep your music at a decent low. Don't have it max where eventually it overtakes the voice. It's a toss-up sometimes to have it either at the same level as sound effects, because sometimes that is the case. But I want to say that having music low does bring out what's happening when you're listening to the sound effects. And again, I just want to have the volume up so you can hear it. No rumble, no need. Auto advance, no. No. Online, no. I want that. Wait, hold on. Spirits of the Fallen, no. Friends, travelers. Travelers from all players will visit you. That'd be fine. I don't want Spirits of the Fallen though, because I don't need that. And I don't really... It depends. I might turn this off, because it probably doesn't mean very much if I have it on anyway. But if it's exactly what I think it is... Auxiliary and Battle Quest music selection. It's probably something. I'll probably come across that, but we'll figure that out later. Other than that, that is what we're working with. Goals, I can now choose that. So, we're gonna leave. I'm gonna leave everything the way it is right now because we're not in a position to be using this stuff yet. I'm gonna leave it alone. We don't have very much. I have a lot of this though. Do that, and put that away. We got next, put that away. Now go ahead and take this. Yeah. Okay. Everyone has at least one. You have a bow. Makes this, that's fine actually. You have Nosferatu. I'll buy you a bow. Training bow though, I don't know. What's your strength at? 4? Yeah. What's your strength at? 5. I'll just get you both some good bows. That's about it. Other than that, we're gonna explore. And I think I'll go ahead and cut the stream once we get to the battle and finish it. So let's go ahead and explore the monastery. So this is my room. I thought I heard a girl's voice, but I must have been imagining things. Alright, first thing we want to do is speak to the house leader. We don't speak with her. We used to, but we don't anymore. I'm sorry.
These are the students' quarters. To better help you supervise them, you also have a room here. Your room is here at the end. Commoner students also reside on the first floor, while the second is primarily for students of noble birth. As a rule, we try to avoid discrimination based on social status here, but the nobility can be quite insistent when it comes to matters of propriety. Speaking of, it would be best for you to avoid improper conduct. I expect you to set a good example for the students.
Yep. That's good.
Okay. I'm not too keen on the professor of my class. I really hope to focus more on strategy. Maybe I should talk to my professor about transferring to a different class.
Yep, and that's the thing that can happen. Also, these doors, they can open up, but I think those do it later.
Let me know when you are hungry. I will make you a quality meal, as thanks for your service to His Highness. I have a request.
This is just basically about gardening. There's a dish I would like to make, but I need more of a certain vegetable to do so. I was planning to grow it from seeds in the greenhouse, but if you'd like to help, and it's just basically just take the dude's seed over to the greenery or over to the greenhouse and just plant them. I have watched Mang's playthrough, and if you don't know who Mang's is, he is a Fire Emblem YouTuber, and apparently there is there is a meme pertaining to this phrase alone. I'm gonna leave it alone with that because I don't pertain to Mang's or any of that, because I'm not exactly known for any of it. But there is a meme pertaining to just that phrase, deduce seed. There you go.
Okay.
Oh wait, someone else to talk to? Oh, I didn't talk to you.
I heard about the upcoming mock battle. I want you to know, Professor, that I do not intend to lose. I hereby declare my intention to prevail at... Goodness, listen to me. The thrill of competition has carried me away. I won't speak so formally of a class assignment in the future.
Please watch your mouth.
Oh?
Hey, Hilda.
So, about the mock battle that's coming up, you don't mind me sitting it out, do you? As a fragile maiden, I'm useless in battle. I'll just cheer everyone on instead.
Did you hear the news, Teach? Looks like we're gonna have a good old mock battle between the houses. The Golden Deer House isn't exactly what you'd call an elite group just yet, so you may want to whip everyone into shape with some extra training. After all, competition is only fun if you win. To that end, I'd better prepare as well.
You know, I was researching what it's like to live here long before I even enrolled. Want me to fill you in, Teach?
I'll probably have to go through these for you. I mean, I don't really need to. I can explain them as we go through, but I'll go ahead and just have Claude provide the information.
Students and teachers of the Officers Academy are all free to use the facilities within the monastery. That means you can chow down with students at the dining hall or get in some one-on-one sparring at the training grounds. As you explore the monastery, try visiting the various facilities and talking to the people who live here. If you haven't noticed, there are bulletin boards in various places around here. You can check them out to see posted requests or to find more information about the market. I hear that fulfilling requests can even earn you the right to use more facilities. The bulletin board gets updated frequently, so it's probably a good idea to check it once a month. Far be it from me to tell you how to use the facilities, but it's a good idea to be mindful of how you're using your time. If you don't think about how you're spending your free time, it'll be over before you know it.
You can explore the monastery as much as you like, but certain activities will be only available while you have activity points. When you're done, just push L, or just push the left bumper, and you will pretty much end the week.
Here at the Officers Academy, even professors are expected to study often to help maintain their strong leadership skills. In other words, students and teachers alike have to strive to grow in every possible field.
Your professor level determines the maximum amount of activity points, raise it by reading books, taking parts in activities, and interacting with students. And that's pretty much the gist of it, really. Also... Hello. Yeah, these... You think these might get updated later down the road, like some sort of sim enhancement. Don't worry about that. It ain't that big of a deal.
I'm Captain Gerald's first and best apprentice. I can beat anyone, Professor. Even you if I have to. It may have been only for a short time, but I learned from the absolute best.
Nice to know. Also, Bernadetta, what are you doing out here?
I was just heading back to my room. Bye!
Okay. I have not seen her just standing outside before, so that's news to me.
Well, there's Dorothea, Hilda, and Mercedes. Lady Rhea is quite the beauty, too. And I must admit, I've even checked out Professor Manuela once or twice. You know, Professor, I think I'm going to like it at the Officers Academy. There are beautiful girls as far as the eye can see.
He didn't even say me this time. Also, previous playthrough, I was a female, so he did actually say a line about me. So that's pretty
Professor, I've got a small favor to ask.
If I have to eat in the filthy dining hall, I prefer to invite a cute girl to dine with me. Beforehand, I'll find out her favorite foods so I can order them. She's happy. Yeah, she's happy. I'm happy. I haven't missed a move. Pretty great, huh? And that unlocks that. Wait, who? Wait, I can still talk to you?
I don't like to come out unless I really have to. Hope you're okay with that, Professor.
Alright, well, fair enough. Also, running... You might think that running around is just kind of like, but it really gets you around places really fast when you don't have fast travel available. Especially if you gotta learn where the locations are first. Learn the locations first, then fast travel. That saves you a lot of time.
The Great Tree Moon is the best time of the year for naps. I could just forget all about my assignment.
So it's April, so it's April.
Oh, did you come to look at the plants too? The greenhouse here is really incredible. There are so many rare flowers I'd never seen back home, and herbs I never even knew existed. My adoptive father is the real expert. He taught me everything I know about herbs, including how to tell them apart and how to make medicines. You should try looking around the greenhouse sometime if the mood strikes you. Maybe something will catch your eye.
And speaking of that, heads up. If you ever see anything that's blue like this, just kind of floating around, just grab it. Just grab it. You're gonna see a lot of those coming chapter 3, I believe. And that's actually really important because there's a feature to that. By gardening, you harvest all kinds of crops, flowers, and instances. For instance, make great gifts. Some people might even decorate their room with flowers you give them. Use the plant command to decide which seeds to use. More seeds mean a bigger harvest, while more compatible seeds will lead to a higher quality. Use the cultivate command to pay greenhouse keeper to look after the crop. The more you spend, the better the harvest will be. Your crop will be ready after 1 week. Use the harvest command to gather what you've grown. And because we're using the only seed we have, which we just got another seed, we gotta use this one. What does it say? Seeds given by the dude to grow a vegetable for him. Try planting them in the greenhouse. Oh, there you go. We cultivate it. We got nothing else here. I'm pretty sure we have to be at a certain level, but if this is D, C, B, A, and probably S. I don't know if S is actually a grade in here. It might just simply be like maybe A plus or something like that. Anyway, we did it. Quest complete. Now we got all these seeds. We got a lot of them actually.
Let's see. I'm a little busy. If you're looking for the greenhouse, it's right there. See it? Looks like...
Yep. His deal, don't know much about him, ain't gonna know much about him. It'll come in due time. Don't worry about it.
Hi there! Dear goddess, I pray to thee. Please protect us.
Fair enough.
Maybe.
Here at the monastery, I have had many great learnings from many great people. I am hopeful to have learnings from you, too.
That's nice, Petra. You. Felix, first time I talked to you, I messed up.
I'm busy.
Not this time.
Do you want something? I can't right now, but let's fight soon. I look forward to beating you.
Okay, I have fixed the issue. There wasn't really a big problem with that. I just remember saying not right now, and I really feel sad because I wasn't sure if I was supposed to go anywhere. It didn't really go anywhere, and I figured that out. Just kind of thinking about it, but still, I didn't want that.
Well, I call you that, but I am afraid I am not a student here myself. Should the opportunity arise, I would love to become a student and begin my studies in earnest. The monastery is kind enough to provide a sanctuary for my brother and I. He's the only family I have. Might you help me with a favor?
I kind of feel about that last sentence because I'm also an older brother to a little sister. So that's about it. I can really say. There's a ceremony related to Saint Sethlane. I think I said it right. That requires rare fish. Would you mind helping me obtain some, Professor? You can fish by speaking with the fish keeper in the fishing pond, or at the fishing pond. Yep, why not? I get stuff. Not only that, but fishing doesn't really take time, but it does take resources if you don't know where to get them. To begin fishing, first select the bait. Wait until the fish silhouette is. Wait until you see the silhouette of a fish you want to catch. Then press A. The A button to hook it. Don't wait too long though, or the fish will escape with the bait. Now, my only thing is, and I'm willing to test this out because you complete this regardless. Press the A button when the circles overlap to reduce the stamina of the hooked fish. Once the stamina is depleted, you would have successfully caught the fish. If the line breaks, the fish will escape. Durability of the fishing line increases with the professor's level. Nice. Repeated excellent timing will create combos to reduce the fish stamina quickly. If you land an excellent timing at all opportunities, you will net more valuable fish than usual. Nice. I only have Flane's bait given by Flane to catch the first fish. Try it out at the fishing pond. Oh, cool. Okay, so I can kind of wait it out. So, and it doesn't take the bait either, so that's great. It's real good. That's actually really nice. I like it. Unless it does, and in this case, I cannot lose Flane's bait. In which case, that's kind of sad. That's also another experiment I'll do. This one. Got him. This small fish is common to all regions of Fodlan. It is somehow connected to St. Sethlin. Okay, that was scripted. That was scripted, but you know what? That's cool.
You have helped me so much.
Nice. Now the real experimentation begins. Do I actually lose the larvae? Oh, it does consume it. Hey, I got a white trout. Yeah, let's get down to one. Ooh. Oh no. That was real bad. No, I don't want that. No, I don't want that. There it is. Got him. Get in! Hey! Alright, last one. No. Yeah! Yeah! Nice. Alright, we're done here. We're done. Let's see. Also, by pushing, I believe, the right button, again, I said, you can fast travel. it doesn't show who you've talked to on the map, but it shows who you talked to or hasn't talked to on the little sidebar over there. Anyway, we still got some ways to go. Hey, Raphael.
Ugh, I really need to eat. I can't hold out until the next meal. Why can't the dining hall stay open all the time? I need to keep eating if I want to get stronger.
That's really relevant to someone I know. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, if anyone wants to point that out. Actually, that could be pointed out to, like, maybe 3 people. Ooh, we got some people to talk to in here. In my house. In my house!
Hi. Have you memorized everyone's names yet? I'm Ignat, in case you forgot. I'm looking forward to learning from you.
I'll be honest, I'm not going to know your guys' names because I just switched from
That
an
of
actual
the
house.
Golden Deer. Do you know the significance of that name, Professor? Golden deer are sacred creatures, said to have protected Leicester since time immemorial. All 3 of the houses have a meaning behind their name. You should feel free to ask around if that sort of knowledge interests you.
I forget who... I know... Well, thank you, Lawrence, for telling me that. Lawrence tells me about the Golden Deer. I believe Ingrid tells me about the Blue Lions. And someone explains the... I think it's Hubert. Hubert explains the Red Lions. I forget exactly 100%.
Yes, it's true that I'm the only commoner in the Black Eagle house. I knew that before the first day of class. Those people are simply exhausting.
Well, that was short and sweet.
Before I came to the Officers Academy, I attended a school of magic in the Kingdom Capital. That's where I met Annie. That's what I call Annette. Oh, I guess Lawrence was at the School of Magic too. But Annie was always just so nice to me, even though I was older. She's my best friend in the world.
Next class again. Oh, you're already on the verge.
Story. The Blue Lion House derived its name from the honorary title of the first king of Fargus. Lug, the king of lions, wore brilliantly blue garments. His chivalric exploits are recorded in multiple legends. The library holds various historical accounts regarding him and the Blue Lions. If you find time, you should read them. They're filled with insights.
Oh, jeez. Some of the cameras just kind of bleed right through some of these items or objects. Ferdinand? Oh, I think it is Ferdinand.
Do you know the provenance of our class name?
Yeah, it was Ferdinand. I thought it was Hubert. Whoops, my bad.
The eagle. That refers to the twin-headed eagle on the Adrestian Empire's coat of arms. And black is the traditional color of the Empire's armor. Hence, black eagles.
Again, short and sweet. Nice and concise. Real nice. Let's see.
Professor!
I believe all that's left... Sprint up real quick. Oh, you.
I care nothing of friendship. If you have no business here, leave.
Oh, there we go. Hey, Casper. I would prefer Caspar, but whatever.
Wow, Yuritsa sure seems strong. I kind of thought he was going to be the new professor assigned to our class. After that teacher ran away during our outdoor training, I figured Yuritsa was a natural replacement. I was surprised when you were suddenly appointed professor instead. I don't think I could hold my own against Yuritsa in battle. I could probably take you, though. You really think so? With enough training, I'm sure I'll beat you someday.
Nice.
I trust you're eager to face the Black Eagles in battle. Enjoy the thrill of anticipation while it lasts. Soon you'll wish you had chosen to lead our house instead.
That is some friendly competition talk right there.
If you continue to insist on distracting me, I will have no choice but to get rid of you. Joking, of course.
I can't. Hubert, there's a thing going on right now where it goes like this. We can put our beds together, just joking, unless That's basically the same energy from that one response you provided. If you get in my way, I will eradicate you. Just joking. Unless.
Okay.
It's not a really calm demeanor for that unless, but that is a very menacing demeanor.
Hi, Professor. Have you gotten around to visiting the library yet? It's absolutely loaded with valuable information. I only wish I wasn't burdened with the necessity of sleep, so I could spend all my hours there. In a manner, yes. But it's more that I want to learn as much as I possibly can.
That's nice.
Here's an idea. There are two types of crests. Major crests manifest their power most effectively, while minor crests are slightly weaker. It is said that the closer a person's blood relation is to various saints and heroes, the higher their chance of bearing a major crest. Of course, there are also examples of major crests manifesting in children whose parents bear no crest whatsoever. The exact nature of how and why crests are inherited is still a mystery.
Cool.
Yes. I hear a member of House Sresfeld, the ruling family of the Empire, has entered the Officers' Academy for the first time in ages. It is said that the Adrestian Empire's very founding was aided by none other than Saint Seros. That is why the crest of Seros is on the Imperial flag. In recent years, a rift has developed between the Empire and the Church. Let us hope this will be a good opportunity for both parties to reforge their close relationship of years past.
Alright. Hey, Annette.
Hello, Professor. I have a teeny tiny question for you, if that's all right. You haven't seen a man with hair the same color as mine, a scowling face, and a generally gloomy demeanor, have you? I suppose it was silly to ask. Sorry for wasting your time.
I don't think there's really a right answer for that one. Oh, wait.
Indeed. As part of our commitment to the goddess, the knights undertake various missions across all of Fodlan. Assisting with the education of young nobles is also a part of our sacred duty.
Thank you. So all that's left now is to go... Well, there's like two people down there, up and down. But I'm not going to focus on those two down there. We're going to go upstairs. Because there's actually something we need to do. We can talk with her, because she's actually a really big important part.
Do bear in mind that even as you are appraising your students, they are appraising you as well. I hope that you will do your best to form lasting bonds with your flock. Oh, and I look forward to witnessing your prowess in the mock battle.
Nice. First and foremost, we're going to talk to our uncle, Big Pops.
The church has changed a lot since my time. Sedith, Hanneman, Manuela, Yuritsa, and many of the knights. None of them were around 20 years ago. Have you met Leonie yet? Apparently, it was my influence that inspired her to leave her village. Sorry to burden you, but could you watch over her for me? She's the only apprentice I've ever had.
Alright. No one in that room yet.
I think Captain Gerald has hardly changed since 20 years ago. I've aged at least 3 times as much as he has. Why am I talking about this? Oh, right. It was because I just overheard Tomas remarking on the subject.
You're a scatterbrain.
The leader of a legendary group of knights returned. People are bound to be talking about the old captain.
A mock battle? This early? Wow, Professor. They're not giving you any time to settle in, are they? Don't worry, though. Should you get injured, I will care for you all through your recuperation. I will see to you, oh so very, very personally.
Take it how you want. Oh, I didn't even say anything. Take it how you want. She is a threat. Not really, but Take it how you want.
Apparently, there is to be a mock battle between the houses. Interesting, but I hope you understand that I have far more important things on my mind. My research is proceeding slower than I would like. Your crest is something of a challenge. Frustrating, yet also quite intriguing. I was wondering if I might get a sample of your flesh. A couple square inches would do. No? Perhaps some blood? A couple of drops on the device are all I need.
Oh, yeah. Well, I wish I could read those, because that'd actually be really nice if I could.
Oh, thank you, Professor. Those few drops of blood are invaluable to my research.
And if I talk to him, he's just going to say the same thing, so there's not really much of a difference there. We are going to the library, though, which is right over here. Where's this man? Here he is.
Professor, I hear you are lacking in knowledge of the Church of Ceros. The library contains countless documents about the teaching and the history of the Church. I encourage you to make good use of them.
Now, the thing about the library, and it's not bad, it's not a terrible place. There's a lot of books to read. I'm not going to do that, because I believe most of them are at least 5 slides. And granted, they're not hard to read, they're not a lot to read. But that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Just 11. Just 11, but still, if they're all 5, that's about 55 slides to read. I'm gonna pass on that. Not saying it's a bad idea to read them, but I'm gonna just pass on that 55 read. Here you are.
Tomas has served as the monastery's librarian for decades. Actually, he was away from Garrigmach for a spell, but he returned to his post last year. There is no one as familiar with the monastery's archives as he is.
Again, I would like to read all these, but not right now. The lore's good. I would like to read a little bit more about it, but personal time. Personal time's not worth that time. Or, hold on. Alright, I got a second file to read it. I don't really think I'm going to actually keep track of that, to be fairly honest. But I have a second file so I can read the lore on my own time at the very beginning of the game, because I'm not sure if it changes. Other than that, we can fast travel now to the cafeteria, which is where we actually need to go to complete our quest. Oh, I thought we could. Well, we're going to have to go there naturally then. Forget the fast travel. Because I don't think we can do it. No. Nope, just gotta sprint.
Here's an idea.
Fast travel is not an option. Also, this is what I meant by sprinting. Sprinting's a good way to get from point A to point B. Oh, I can't go this way. Wait, where am I going? Wait. Where am I at? Oh, yeah. Makes sense. Wait, is that the gatekeeper? There's the gatekeeper.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. By the by, have you ever regretted a decision and wished you could go back and undo it? It's too bad there's no lesson for how to turn back the old clock, huh? But I suppose a bad decision isn't worth all that fuss anyhow.
Yeah. Alright, now we're at the cafeteria. We are going to eat. Alright, so Hilda, support with Byleth, support with Byleth, support with Byleth. I guess. I mean, Hilda... Okay, I get it. So they can support... Oh! Interesting. They don't like the meal, so that's fine. So they're probably just gonna get like maybe 25. So if they like the meal, or like, let me look at it like this. Let me look at it like this to explain it. Arrows mean that they are gonna like the meal, and it's gonna go up by, I believe, 75 to 100. I think it's 75. If it's just a neutral like this, which is only Ingrid, honestly, then it's gonna go by 20, I believe 50. If they don't like it, I think they're just gonna go up by 25, if not at all. I'm not 100% sure. But regardless, Hilda, and honestly, you're gonna be using a lot of magic, so I don't think you're gonna really be doing anything else. We don't have a lot of mages, so I might want to start trying to get units ready, but I'm gonna go ahead and just start on what I have right now. These two are gonna work it out together.
It's delicious. I know, so tasty. It would be nice if you spoke up once in a while, though.
Also, I should probably take into account, some characters can speak with each other and talk. Something that I didn't take into account. Heck yeah! Monthly funds for activities.
Nice.
And just like that.
I knew I could count on you.
And just like that. So with that, we're good. Stream's been going on for about 2 hours, but we made it. Ferdinand, no. Took me a bit. Alright. We can't do anything here. We're just gonna have to work with what we got. But we can only do the mission. I'm gonna save here. And we are going straight into it. Here we go. Research level 1.